Now we're going to talk about naming a triangle based on its angle measures instead. And first, you're going to see something that has no acute angles, but she's really cute. Picture of Rosa, just because. And now, let's talk about triangle angles. When we look at the angles, some kids will make the mistake of only looking at one angle and then trying to give it a name. You've got to look at all three. So if I just looked at one, I might call this an acute triangle because I saw that little acute angle. But this is not an acute triangle. If you look and you look at all three, you're going to see that that is definitely not the case. So let's take a look at the three different ways that we can name a triangle. A triangle is either going to be an acute, a right, or an obtuse. Yes, those are the same names as the angles. And it works the same too. It's just we can give a triangle a name based on the angles that he or she or they have. Okay? And so if you look at a triangle and it has all three angles, all of them are acute little less than 90-degree angle, it's called an acute triangle. If it has even one, just one right angle, it is a right triangle. Now, some kids will funnily ask every year, well, what would it be if it had two right angles? And I will tell you the same thing I tell them. Try to draw a triangle with two right angles and see what happens. You'll see what happens. And last but not least, if it's an obtuse triangle, then it has to have only one obtuse angle. Just one. And if it does, you'll call it an obtuse triangle. So now we're just going to take a look at a bunch of different triangles, and you'll see if you can name them. And just a reminder, an obtuse angle is an angle that's greater than 90 degrees, okay, the big mouth angle. So looking at these triangles, I will first inspect all three angles, all of them, before I decide to give it a name. And since all three of these angles in this first triangle are acute, this guy is indeed a very cute little triangle. Next, I inspect all three angles. Acute, right. Remember, that's our little symbol to let us know it's a 90-degree angle, so this is a right triangle. Now, on to the next. Inspect. All three of those are acute, so now I know that this guy is also an acute little triangle. And last but not least, inspecting all three angles. Obtuse, acute. It only takes one obtuse angle to give him the name obtuse triangle. And that is how it's done. The biggest mistake you're going to make is you might get overeager, look at one angle, and try to give him a name. If you remember to look at all three angles before you give your triangle the name, you should find this part of the activity very doable. Now we're going to practice it a little together and see how you do.